Okay, so let's jump right into a really counterintuitive idea. We're all taught to chase success, right? We see it as the finish line, the safe harbor. But what if getting everything you ever wanted is actually the moment you're in the most danger? It's a heck of a paradox, and it's an idea from Dr. Myles Munroe that's rooted deep in the ancient Book of Proverbs.
I mean, listen to that. You are making plenty of money and things are going good. You are in the greatest danger. Wow, that just stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? It completely flips our whole idea of success on its head. The point isn't that being successful is bad, not at all. It's that it makes you vulnerable in ways you just weren't before.
So that's the big question we've got to ask. Why? If you've worked your tail off to get to the top of your game, why on earth would that suddenly be the moment of greatest peril? Let's really dig into the logic behind this pretty shocking warning. So our first section here, success is the danger. And the idea is that success isn't the end of the story. No, it's a whole new battlefield. And here's the main point you have to get. Hitting your professional and financial goals, it doesn't actually make you safer. The argument is that, believe it or not, it basically puts a giant target on your back. Your success can attract some really destructive forces that, frankly, just weren't interested in you when you had nothing. And this metaphor just perfectly captures the feeling. Think of your life as a boat. When you're successful, yeah, the boat is bigger, it's nicer, it's more noticeable, but it's also sailing right into a storm. And that current represents all those outside pressures and temptations trying to smash you against the rocks. So the real challenge isn't just sailing, it's surviving the storm that your own success kicked up. All right, section 2, the allure of wealth. So, what exactly is this danger we're talking about? Well, according to this perspective, it's all about the specific temptations that money itself brings to the table. The sermon uses this really powerful biblical image, Delilah. Now, if you remember the story of Samson, Delilah was the one who charmed him, found the secret to his incredible strength, and then led to his total downfall. So in this context, Delilah is any temptation that's drawn specifically to your power, to your success, and it's designed to use your own strength against you. And this whole idea comes right out of the Book of Proverbs, with this figure of the wayward woman. And this isn't just any old temptation. It's something very specific. It's characterized by seductive words, a total disregard for commitments and promises, for covenants, and, well, a path that leads straight to ruin. And here is the brutally honest logic behind it. Why does this kind of danger pop up when you've got money? Because, as Dr. Munroe puts it so bluntly, sin requires plenty money. Think about it. Wealth gives you the resources, the fancy hotel rooms, the extra plane tickets, the ability to keep secrets that make these destructive choices possible on a scale that you just couldn't afford before. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? That your wealth could literally become the fuel for your own undoing? Okay, section 3, the price of temptation. So, if that's the danger, what are the actual consequences? What's at stake? Well, the Book of Proverbs lays it all out in some pretty grim detail. Just look at the insane contrast here. The Bible describes this initial allure that is so sweet and smooth, lips drip honey. But the final outcome? It's the complete opposite. Bitterness, pain, destruction, sharp as a double-edged sword. It's the ultimate bait and switch, a warning that what feels good in the short term leads to absolute disaster in the long run. And the warning is that it's not some sudden catastrophe. Oh no, it's a slow downward spiral. First, strangers start feasting on your wealth, your resources get drained. Then all your hard work starts enriching someone else's house, not yours. Pretty soon, the very foundation of your life, your own house, is wrecked. And you're left at the end of your life with nothing but regret. It's a grim but very clear progression of loss. Okay, section 4, a proverbial defense. After all that doom and gloom, you're probably asking, so what am I supposed to do about it? Well, the source material offers a very direct and maybe even surprising strategy for how to defend yourself. And this might be the most shocking piece of advice in the whole thing. In a culture that's constantly telling us to be strong, to face our problems, to fight our demons head on, the ancient wisdom from Proverbs says the exact opposite. It says, you are not strong enough to fight this kind of temptation. The only winning move is to refuse to play the game at all, to stay far away from it, to run. And here's a super practical example of what running actually looks like in a real conversation. Let's say you're getting hit with some of that probing, smooth talk about your personal life.
The wrong answer is to open the door, even a tiny crack, admitting, well, we got our problems. That creates an opening. The right move, according to the sermon, is to shut it down completely, firmly. That ain't nobody's business. End of conversation.
So this brings us to our final section, anchoring your house. This is the big principle that ties everything together. It's all about commitment. It's all about stability. So after we've looked at the danger and we've looked at the defense, the entire message really boils down to this one powerful metaphor about your foundation. And it's simple. You just can't build a stable life on a divided foundation. It's impossible. Your energy, your resources, your loyalty, all of it has to be anchored in one single place.
And there it is, the final thought from the sermon. You only can anchor one house. You can't have it both ways. You can't anchor your family and your integrity and your life's work and also try to anchor a life of destructive temptation on the side. It doesn't work. You have to choose. Which house are you building? It's a powerful call for a singular, undivided commitment.
So we end with this. This whole line of thinking forces us to ask a really tough question. We all strive for success, right? For financial security, for influence. But what if the real work isn't just in the getting there? What if the hardest part is defending what you've built once you've arrived? Maybe the hidden cost of having something to lose is the constant, unending vigilance required to not lose it.